Welcome to the Infinite Podcast. My name is Carlos Andres Ruiz, and today is such a special episode. Today I got the privilege to bring on two guys that I've coached, but they've become friends over the years. I've met one of them when they were in middle school, and the other one I've met him when he was going to be a freshman in high school. But from the beginning, the soccer ball united us, and it's been about 4 to 5 years that I've been able to not just coach him, but just hang out with them on the soccer field. And I think you guys are gonna love these two characters. They are siblings, but although they have the same last name, they bring such unique personalities onto the soccer field, into any space. And so today with us, we have David Joseph Alas.
How are you doing,
What's
Andres?
good,
What's good, Andres?
Doing good. And then on my right, we're gonna have Brian Alexander Alas. Oh my goodness, look at him. Yeah, we should have like a music entrance for you guys. You know,
that would be great.
If you guys come back, we'll do a music entrance. And in the control room, we have my beautiful wife, Melissa Ruiz Vasquez. All right, guys, you're finally on the podcast.
On it.
You're on it. All right.
On the podcast.
How do you guys feel to be on the podcast? Have you been on a podcast before?
No, I never. It's
Okay.
a privilege to be on this podcast.
Okay. Why is it a privilege to be on a podcast?
Just a lot of people come here, but it's different because now it's like a duo. Brothers are here now.
Okay, it's a triangle, a little bit of tactics.
Definitely.
Okay.
A triangle, literally.
Right here.
Yeah.
How do you feel about being on the podcast?
I feel good. It's definitely a privilege to be here with Carlos Andres.
Ruiz.
But like Coin said, it's going to be even better because it's brothers. Have you had brothers here before?
I have not. You guys are the first siblings that
Best.
we
You
have.
can say the best. Don't worry.
Yeah,
You
We
say
can have the best and the first.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
You said Carlos Andres. You're probably the first person that called me Carlos Andres on the
Carlos
podcast.
Andres.
We can
Yes.
start with that actually. How do you guys feel about Carlos Andres? Is there a difference between Carlos Andres, Carlos, or Andres in your brains while we warm up?
I'm going to be honest, like, you in practice, when we would practice, you would like say there's a difference between Carlos and Andres. In my brain, it's like, it's the same thing. You're still a coach and a baller, like a soccer player. I see you as a better soccer player than a coach. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing, but yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Definitely.
What about you?
I think Carlos is the college guy, and Andres is high school.
Because of the stories that you've heard?
There's some crazy stories actually. Intense. They're intense.
Intense stories. I've had to agree with David. It's one person. For me, just mentally, it just helps me when I walk into spaces to identify, okay, this is the coach that you need, or this is more of the player sometimes you need, to identify me with the player side of me, which it just helps mentally. But anyways, we're not here to just talk about me. That was just warm up to get us going. But I want to talk about you guys, and I would love to get into who you guys are. And when I started doing this podcast with Mel, something that the people told us was like, well, we know the people that you work with, we know who you are, but if there's people that are listening and they have no clue who you guys are, you need to always try to find a way to say who you are, what you represent. And so I'm gonna start with David because you are the older brother. If anybody doesn't know you, how would you describe David?
For someone who doesn't know me, I would describe myself as a calm person. Like when you first get to meet me, I'm not like gonna be outgoing. Like I'm gonna be a calm person. So I feel like if someone who didn't know me, I would describe myself as a calm.
Okay.
Like I could be calm and still be confident. A confident person, and funny when I want to be.
Yeah.
Fun,
Do you feel like?
Positive. A positive
and
person.
Positive.
Like what you think in your head is like how you're gonna act. So like basically like I try to be more positive, so the way I act is in a positive result, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Calm, confident, and positive. Would you agree with that?
I agree with that a lot.
Mel, would you agree with that? Yeah? I would agree with that. I think I would calm, confident, and positive. Sometimes I think I would, instead of positive, I would go with passionate, because I actually like when you lose yourself. You know, and sometimes positive people may stay too composed or together, and I think I like when you go from calm, confident, then there's this like David that just loses himself. So I like the passionate. So I'll add passionate to that. I was gonna call you Coin, And so maybe we should talk about first. Most people know you as Coin. There's times where like people say Brian, I'm like I gotta think about all the Brians, but I only know one Coin. Why do people call you Coin?
One day there was a misunderstanding with me and the police. And in front of a laundromat, and that.
Tell us the story. What was the misunderstanding?
They thought I was throwing rocks at cars, and then you know Rogelio, right?
Yeah.
He was walking by, and I was in front of a laundromat, and I literally like the police saw me right there, and he was walking by, and then he was the next day we had captain practice during the summer, and he was telling everybody, oh, I was stealing coins, and then like Aldrin and him just made up the name Coin.
So you actually weren't stealing coins?
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
I wasn't even doing that. The police just...
Every time I tell a story and the people ask me, I'm like, he was stealing coins at the laundromat. So I've been giving you a bad rap.
Just spreading rumors.
I'm spreading. That's how rumors start.
But that's Rogelio and Adri were the ones spreading it.
Who started it?
Yes.
I just retweeted.
Yeah, you were just following their lead.
Damn.
Exactly.
But then you stayed Coin. Like you.
I just stayed Coin for everybody. People's parents call me Coin, everybody.
That's actually crazy.
That's actually crazy.
That's actually
Hedo's mom calls me Coin.
For real? Moneda.
Yep.
It doesn't sound as clean in Spanish.
But he was throwing rocks like that.
No, I wasn't throwing rocks. It wasn't that either. They misunderstood me for another like kid.
Damn.
Like it was me and my friend's soccer group.
Oh, somebody was doing that.
No.
Be honest.
Nobody.
We don't have to say names, but
No, nobody was doing it.
okay.
The car thought we threw something at them. But we didn't throw nothing at them. We were just all walking.
Yeah.
And they were accusing us of throwing things, and then that's it.
That's how rumors start.
That is insane.
And
That's crazy.
nothing happened because we didn't do nothing.
That's right. You got 9 and a half.
Do you have any nicknames, Andres? When you were like the same age as us?
I had one of my nicknames was Kali.
Cali.
No,
like
you can't be
Julian
Julian
Cali.
Cali.
Like
Yeah.
Cali.
Wait, why do they call it Julian Cali?
His
His last name is Cali.
Oh,
last name.
okay. No, I was because when I was playing soccer, a lot of the Colombian people that were there were from Medellin, and I was the only one from Cali.
Oh.
And so they would just call me Cali.
Oh, damn.
I had Cali, and then I had Carlitos is not like a nickname.
No, yeah.
Coach Frankie calls me Los, so like Carlos. So he'd be like, "Yo, Los." Those are the two that I remember.
Damn.
Yeah. But we haven't dove into who is Coin for the people. Not Coin. Who is Brian for the people who don't know Brian?
If I'm gonna express it in 3 words.
Ooh, okay.
I would say loud, energetic, and I'm gonna piggyback off Dave and I'll say funny when I want to be funny.
Okay.
Because sometimes I would make a joke, but it's not really funny. Sometimes, it's just to say little comments.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I want to be funny, I think I could be funny.
Okay. So repeat them.
Loud, energetic, and funny.
Okay. Is there one that you feel like you run with the most?
I'll probably say energetic. I feel like in school, on the field, I just like to do something with my time.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's times where people misjudge you based on those? Or is there any times where people have misjudged or gotten a misperception of who Brian is?
Sometimes, because sometimes I'm not gonna, they would be when I make a joke, maybe they don't find it funny. They would be they just think
they take it personal.
They take it personal, but sometimes, not all the time. I
feel like your jokes, if people know you, there's no way you take it personal. But if they don't know you, you want to fight Coin.
Yes.
No, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Because his joking is physical touch. So it's if you don't know someone and they're physical touching you, then oh my, I would want to fight them.
Yeah.
I would want to fight.
But I'm not that stupid either. I only joke around people I know.
No, sometimes you can be.
No, not sometimes. Never.
And I do think that it's part of the East Boston culture. If you go outside of East Boston and you do that, they might feel like, oh, why does this kid want to fight? But in East Boston, we know that that's sometimes the way that you actually express love. And so if Coin jokes about somebody, he actually loves them and cares for them. For me, in my opinion. And so, are you gonna say anything?
I said well said.
Well said. And so I want us to just add texture to your upbringings and your backgrounds. And so you guys have siblings aside from you guys?
Yes.
Okay, what do you got?
We got 2 big brothers.
You have 2?
Bigger brothers, yes. Older brothers.
I only knew of Kevin.
I got 2 sisters.
And you got two sisters.
Yeah. So older sisters.
And older sisters as
yes.
well?
Yeah. Older, yes.
Older than you and you?
Yes.
Yeah, way older than us.
Okay, all right. So how many of you guys are there? 6?
Yes.
6, yes.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, so I know Kevin.
Kevin.
Tell me about the other ones.
Older than Kevin, we have Corleo.
Corleo. Okay, where is Corleo? Why hasn't he played for East Boston High School?
He was in high school in the COVID days. Back in the COVID days.
He wasn't.
Yeah, he was in
Okay.
Yes.
And then we have my 2 other sisters. One of them came to Eastie. The other one is in Honduras now.
Oh, okay. So, okay, Honduras, where were you guys born?
Here. We were born here.
Here.
Awesome.
Okay, so you guys are legal. You guys know.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
We don't gotta call anybody today.
Yo, yeah. That's
Nobody
crazy.
today.
You know, I was hanging out with somebody today, and they asked me, how was it when you were coming back? And it was my first time walking back into the country.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Were you nervous?" And then with all of the things going on outside, in the summer we went to Florida, and Melissa takes care of all of the tickets, like buying the tickets.
Yeah.
And so she put Carlos Andres Ruiz, but my passport has Carlos Andres Ruiz Manrique. And so I still didn't have my green card yet. So I show my passport, and then they're like, "Nah, hold up, you can't go through." Bro,
To Florida.
coming back from Florida here.
Oh, yeah.
And then we were like, "Oh no, like what's gonna happen?" And then the guy he put 3 letters down, and like I kind of looked, and then he's like, "Just wait on the side." And then as soon as he left, like I started Googling. I was like, "What the hell do these 3 letters mean?" And then not Google, chat. And then And then it said like they're gonna check you a little bit further or whatever. They took us to some lady.
Damn.
And then it's so because you become like not being legal here, you become so immune to it. Like you just like it's just another day. Like I'll be all right until you're at the airport.
Wait, at the moment.
That is something crazy. I just found out. You weren't born here.
I was not born here.
So you don't have like.
I just got him.
Oh, just got
Yeah,
it.
that's why I was able to go to Colombia.
Damn.
This was my first time going back to Colombia since I came here at 6 and a half. Yeah. So the lady pulled aside, and then she was like, "Is this you?" I was like, "Yeah, like that's me." Like it's just like Latin people have a lot of last names.
Yeah.
So my passport has one more last name than the one that was on the ticket, and then she believed us, and then she let us through.
Good.
But then this time when we were going to Colombia, I was like, "Yo, Mel, what last names did you put?" And so she put all of them, and so she put all the last names that were on my passport, but then my green card doesn't have all of them. So
It is crazy.
Wow.
It is,
That's insane.
and we found out the night
she's laughing at her.
we found out the night before we left to Colombia, and so and so she was trying to like remove the last name and all this, but all that to say that like it was like a little bit hectic, and we're trying to just play denial. Like I'm not gonna think about it until we have to come back. But it was the first time stepping back into the country, which reminds me that like a lot of people from East Boston, their roots are not from America. And to be honest, like East Boston, maybe a little bit more now, but doesn't fully feel like America.
It doesn't.
It feels like something else. And what would you say East Boston feels like?
To me, like especially now, like. You're from Colombia. I'm not saying anything like about Colombians, but now a lot of Colombians are coming to East Boston.
Yeah.
And like majority is like Colombians, and Colombians, they're always trying to prove something. Like I said before, now in Eastie, majority and a lot of the kids try to prove something, like that, like their background, they're trying to prove something about themselves. And it's like, yeah, basically.
I agree with that. Can you give me some examples? Because I do agree with that.
Like say you push a kid on accident in the halls, and you push him on accident, they're trying to fight you now. Like they're basically trying to have something over you. Yeah. So when the next time they see you, they're like, yeah, that's my B word. That's my son. That's my something. It's like, they're trying to prove something basically.
They're just trying to prove like authority over you or like, something like that. Yeah. And so how would you describe that? So I get that it's like people, particularly from Colombia, trying to come in and prove, like how would you describe that? Like what, if you had to say, what does Eastie feel like? Is it always like that, or is it?
No, Eastie is definitely like friendly. Like you can make a lot of friends if you choose to. Like a lot of kids are active. So like if you're like, Eastie's basically like an active city, like where like kids like they're just friendly and like, I don't know, like what's the word like to describe like a city that's just like friendly, active, and just
okay,
fun.
Fun?
Fun
okay. Coin, when you think of Eastie, like, what comes to mind?
I would probably just say home. Home is just, I've been there my whole life. What David said is just, it's like everybody's friendly with each other.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's an active city. Everybody knows each other. Everybody has a connection. What you said, they have connection with basketball, football, they have soccer.
Yeah.
So I feel like what David said, it's a very friendly city.
Have you experienced some of the stuff that David has said with like the people that are trying to prove something?
Nah.
No.
Maybe like in games, yeah.
It's probably because he's that guy.
No.
Maybe
like,
in games? Okay, go.
In games, like you do one bad move, and not even to like Hispanics, like also to like white kids, black kids, like also Hispanics too. Like you give them a tackle you don't mean, and they just or they're losing or winning, they're still trying to prove something towards you.
Why do you think like that is there? Like, why do people take things so personal, or why do people feel so insecure?
I feel like in East Boston, like, you're just like, when you grow up, you're getting programmed to like be in that way. Like, you're getting programmed, like, it might be the culture since like the parents, like in Eastie, there's a lot of Hispanics. And since the way the parents teach you, maybe it's like you grow up with that, and like every like teenager's the same basically. I don't like it.
Yeah. Okay. Why do you think that is?
Can you repeat the question for me, please?
Why do you feel like there's moments in which there's people that are trying to prove themselves, or they take it personal when you slide tackle or something?
Because I feel like in a game, obviously, they're going to get personal because it's a game. Like, you won it all. But, like, in a real-life situation, it's probably because, like the way they grew up or their background story, that, like, they were, like, what they were programmed to fight for what they want and what they need. And that's a good thing. You should fight for what you want, what you need.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes it gets to an extent, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, you fight for everything. That's just too much.
Yeah.
Also, like, I'm gonna go deep into what I was saying now that I was just thinking. I feel like the family, like, since we're Hispanics, like, our blood, like, since our parents, when they were little, their goal, like, even when they were little, was just fighting for their lives, fighting for food, fighting to survive. And when they came to United States to get their kids a better life, I feel like their kids just bring that on with them. Like, they have to prove something. They have to prove to their parents, or maybe not to their parents, to someone that, like, they're, like, worthy, and that they're maybe gonna get their parents out, or sometimes it's not all about the parents, but I feel like it's the blood that we have.
It's something passed on.
Yeah, something passed on, that we just had that fighter mode in our brain.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think I agree with like the survival mode that we have, and I think it's very connected. Like when we feel like there's people that are superior. How do you say it?
Superior.
Yes. People that are superior than you. Sometimes they don't even think they're superior. We perceive that they are, and then we start to act in a certain way, and so that creates separation. And so often, like sometimes I hear like, oh, like white people think that they're superior, or sometimes you're like, oh, this Spanish person who used to come from a Latin roots, now they feel superior because they've been in the. But I don't know that it's a color problem. It's just a human problem. It's like when you think about, let's say a nasty team comes to play in East Boston, and let's say East Boston's the underdog, and so like we want to do everything to prove to them that they're not superior than us.
Yeah.
But so it's the same exact element. It's just that we see like individual basis, but it's just part of the human reaction that we don't want somebody to be superior. We want to be at their level or even higher than them, which I think it's something that the sport has maybe cultivated in a way that it becomes healthier. Like, oh, there's moments where like superior team, underdog, superior team, and now we'll have fun with it, which I think it should be how life actually is. Like, okay, let's have fun with it. We can compete. But speaking of competition, I know that soccer is something that is, for me, soccer is the reason that I got to meet you guys. I remember the first time that I met David. I won't never forget this. We were playing pickup at CY.
It was at CY, I do remember.
And I was playing against you. And one of the first times that I came at him, he just rolled that ball between my legs and he megged me. And I was like, fuck, this kid is good.
Damn. I don't remember
you don't
that,
remember
but
that?
I probably did do it. I probably did do it.
Yeah. And I was like, not only that, but like he has personality to go for it, and I could tell that that you weren't, for me, what I felt was, for me, you weren't trying to act superior. You were just trying to be like, yo, I belong here, you know. And I never took it personal. I took it so much as like, because I can tell when there's a player that tries to make fun of you, and I can tell when there's a player that tries to that's like, all right, this is part of the game. Like, let me see what you got. What are you gonna do next? You don't remember that?
I don't, but I do like competition. Like when I make someone, it's not to like get them mad, but it's like for them to play harder against me. So like I have like competition basically.
And I like that, because there is that other side where like you're just doing all these moves just to make them feel like less. But I want to talk about soccer. So let's just dive into soccer for a moment, because without soccer, I wouldn't be able to meet so many people, but you are two characters that like I talk about you guys a lot, as much as you may not know. But what does soccer mean to you guys?
That is a great question.
I feel like soccer, for me, it's everything for me. It's like, it's basically, obviously you're gonna have family, you're gonna have friends, you're gonna have God, but like that's everything like that I have, basically. Like I can own clothes and that, but that's something that I like. That's all I have, and that's all, like, if I have soccer, I feel like that can, like, push me for the rest of my life. That's what I feel.
What has it given you?
It's given me friends. It's given me brothers. It's given me memories. It's given me everything.
Is there a specific memory that has a lot of weight when you think of your soccer career?
Yeah, I have, like, two.
Okay.
One, it was obviously semifinals against Cohasset.
Okay.
That it's so sad the way we lost. So that like affected me. But to become
tell us
better.
about it. Like what happened? Give us some context.
Like we were winning 1-0 the whole game, basically.
Semifinals of what?
Semifinals of states.
Okay.
And last like minute, it's me and this kid 1-on-1, and he tries to get past me. I body him. The ref says I kicked the ball. I didn't even kick it at all. They give him a corner, they score. We go to OT. The kid shot it at me. I blocked it. Montoya catched it. The ball was Montoya was outside. Like he was outside the line, but he was holding the ball like this, and the ball was in. The ref gave him a corner. They were taller than us, so they scored a header and they won it all.
Yeah.
And another moment.
Wait, hold on. Let's not leave that moment.
You don't want to leave that moment.
I don't want to leave that moment.
That was a crazy moment.
That was a crazy moment. Tell me more. Like, what did you feel that day?
It hurt so bad. Seeing my brothers.
Why did it hurt?
My brothers, like my real brother. Obviously, the players are my brothers, but like the one that's actually like family to me, blood brother. Seeing him, then this reminds me of my older brother Kevin. That like he never got to experience this. And then seeing my brothers on the field, just like they're all sad. Seeing Acosta never cried. Like Acosta, like he had no feelings, but seeing him cry, seeing Amaya, the most passionate guy on that team, crying, like balling out. Seeing Freddie, seeing Julio, Cali, Douglas, Oscar, all of them crying. Smith getting a little emotional at the end, like it hurt me, but it pushed me to become better.
Well, what would you say that experience taught you? And feel free to jump in.
No, I was about to say that, like, when we had a fan bus come to our game, there was like, it was so loud, and I want to say it's like, that's the game where like my eardrums actually felt something. Like that's the loudest game I played in. Like, and when like they tied that OT, like we were 30 seconds away from winning, they tied.
30 seconds away.
And I just look at the fans, I couldn't like understand, like, I was really thinking about God in that moment. I was like, why would God do this with like so many fans watching us? And it was crazy. Like I felt like it was ours. Like we were actually gonna take it home, win it.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, God, like why would you like do this in front of our fans? But it's like he did it for a reason. He did it for a reason. And we didn't win anything my senior year, but it was great memories. My junior year going to the semifinals and hanging with all those seniors that we had. So many seniors that we had that year.
Were you gonna say something? I think that was such a special night, and I feel that when you talk about the fan bus, like, yes, they could be there for East Boston, but East Boston has been around for a while, and a fan bus like that had not happened, at least since I remember. And they came because you guys did something that was worth taking a bus to wherever the hell we were going to play.
It was so cold that night.
It was
so cold that night.
So cold. It was away. We were playing against a very good team, but not only did I feel that they were coming, it was like the people that were coming felt that not only we could win, but we were going to win.
Yes.
There was this feeling, and I think you guys created that. What do you feel like that night taught you?
That night, it definitely taught me that, like, not everything that, like, you want and that you think you're going to get is going to come to you. Because it's not. Because it all depends on God, like I was saying.
If you were to walk on to the fields and you were fans, you're part of the fan bus of a future East Boston team that goes through that same scenario, what's something that you would tell them in that moment?
Like, if I was on the fan bus and my friend was about to play,
and your friends just experienced this, like they just lost the way that you guys did.
And what I would tell them? What I would want to hear that night was that I did a great job and that you were you were such a great piece of the puzzle for this team. We came this far because of you, basically. And I wanted everyone to feel it that night. Not only me, because this is a whole puzzle and each of us is one piece. I remember in the preseason when you would say about ingredients, each of us bring our own ingredient. I wish someone that night told me that you really did bring so much to this team. And I would have told someone that night if that happened.
I like that.
You got to understand they're sensitive right there. I'm probably, what David said, tell them that you did an amazing job. And probably I would say to comfort them that you did get robbed. Because in that moment when people were telling me, it made me feel a little better knowing that you got robbed, but we still lost. And
how do you feel that you got robbed?
At the moment, now I feel it just hurts a little now because knowing this season I couldn't even play the last game we played. That hurts so bad. So it just hurts thinking about last season I was playing in that semifinals, doing the best that I could have, and then this year I couldn't even help my teammates win that game. But I would just tell them that you did what David said. You did amazing. I would tell them things happen and just keep your chin up and keep moving because what David said, God. Everything happens for a reason. So if this is not his day, then maybe the other days he's gonna become better, and maybe in the future he'll be bro, or maybe he gets paid for doing something he loves. Who knows? Just to keep pushing.
Now I was thinking more I would probably tell them from this day on, you have to do everything you can to be in the same exact position next year and win it and take it home. So this one quote that I heard before was the thing you do after you mess up is what matters the most. What matters the most. And I really I was thinking about it. It really matters the most.
Why?
That semifinals, I lost. And I had one more year this senior year. I should have done, and I was doing it. I should have done everything I could have done to be in the same exact position next year so I could win it. I would probably tell them that. And I wish someone would have told it to me so I would have had it in my head and there would have been zero excuse for me not to do it.
And in that moment, it gives you hope of something future. Because I think when those moments happen, it's the discouragement is because all the hope and you have nothing to look forward to, and you've done so much, and you're I just need something to get up for tomorrow, and it's not there.
And I think that's what Cohen was saying when it felt better when someone told me that it got robbed. I'm gonna be honest. I was even saying, we got robbed. That's the only reason why we lost.
I agree. I felt powerless, and something that I think the most beautiful part about that for me was that for the entire season we were us. It didn't matter if things were going our way or not going our way. We were true to the way that we play. We were true to the way that we treat each other, players to coaches. It didn't matter what surface we were on. It could have been home. It could have been away. It was we went and made every place home. and moments that we would leave the field, because we didn't go undefeated. There were moments that we lost or tied, or even that last night. But the most beautiful part for me of that season is that we never lost our identity, and we didn't lose who we were the entire part of the journey. And I think about this often, in sports is so connected to that outcome of winning or losing, and nobody would actually prefer to lose, but I think that it's so much easier to be who you are when you win. It's so much easier to remain in your identity and in your culture and belief in yourself when things are going well. And I felt like there was not for one moment, regardless of how disappointed we were, we never felt like there was a team that was better than us. I remember that I was so pissed because I also felt that we got robbed. I was like, Mel, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to go and bring a team to the final, and right before the game ends, just have my team walk out and leave. And it's like, I don't care about this trophy. Like, my team is nasty, you know, that like, if you guys want to rob us, take the trophy and us be up by 4-0. But that's like, just to say that, like, I also felt like this intense nastiness that, like, I want to go prove. And it's almost like when you're talking about, like, we feel that need to prove. But as time goes on, like, we think back to it, and it's like, I don't think I would change anything. Like, the opportunity to see a group of men joyful throughout these 3 months and a group of men cry, it's something that we may not have gotten if we just win everything. And those are the things that for me are gonna stick a little bit deeper. You said it was 2 moments.
It was 2 moments.
That one moment got us into all of this. What do you got for the other moment?
I'm gonna say 8th grade year. This year, obviously, I couldn't play, and there was a reason. But 8th grade year stuck with me. That nothing is given. Look, I remember. I'm not gonna call out names for high school, but I would score.
Say the name so we tag them.
No, Smith is a part of this. I would do good, and he wouldn't start me. I remember I got the least minutes on that varsity squad my 8th grade year. I didn't start once, and I would score, and I would do better than the wingers, and that just stuck with me.
Talk about that. I think people that are listening, like, that's such a relatable thing. Like, people that put in the work, people that may be doing better than the people on the field and still don't get the minutes that you feel that you deserve. Dive into that.
And yeah, that was what happened my 8th grade year, and it just stuck with me for my freshman year. I remember I was talking with David, and, like, obviously in the moment we're just all making fun of. Like, they're making fun of me, I'm making fun of them, and they brought it up to me, and, like, that really stuck with me. Like, when we were all together, they were like, "You got the least minutes." Obviously, a joke. I find it funny. But I thought about it, it's like, I didn't think about that. And I was just having a good time with all my boys, and I didn't think about myself. At the moment, I realized I really did get the least minutes. So then I was like, that's when I started, that's why I put it in my top 2, because I really thought about it hard. I was like, damn, like, I scored, I did good. And I still didn't get my opportunity. I just go
What
back.
kept you from blaming maybe the coach and not playing anymore, and instead being like, I'm just gonna work harder and improve in this same environment?
What do you mean by that?
Like what made you not want to quit and try again for the next season?
David, my brothers, obviously, like the teammates, the brothers that I had on Eastie, they were obviously, even though I got the least minutes, I still.
What did they say, or like how did they
push me? Like, obviously, like what David said after the game, they would tell me good stuff. You did good. So even if Smith didn't want to play me, or he didn't want to or he didn't care how I did, I had my teammates to tell me I'm doing good, and to David and my brothers to keep me pushing. Then I remember that spring to summer, you can ask David, you can ask anybody every day at the field with Kaiki, actually.
With
Kaiki every
shout out
day.
to Kaiki.
Shout out. I always give him a shout out. I always give him a shout out when I talk about this. My everyday Kaiki there. It was him and me just training and
what
training.
What do you guys do?
I don't even know, bro. We would just get some touches in, do some 1v1s, do some dribbling, do everything. And we would hit the gym. It was just, every day would be me and him. And I always, you can ask David, ask anybody, I always give Kaiki a shout out for that summer. Always. No glaze. No,
that was this summer, right? That was this summer?
That was 8th grade to freshman year.
Oh. Damn.
No glaze. It's obviously no glaze. It's just the truth that, like, he would, like, every day was just me and him at the field, at the gym. And that's, I feel like my freshman year, his junior year is one of the best seasons we had. Because that year, I was from the least minutes to starting right back and left back.
The year after, when you were getting minutes,
I started the next year.
And we had a great team.
Yeah,
we had a good team.
We had a good team that made it to semi. I started I was supposed to go as a defender.
Wait, that was the year that we went to
semifinals. Yes.
Okay.
And I was a defender. We had a Costa, we had a Mayo, we had Mateus, we had Mosquera, we had all of them, and I still started. And Kaiki had a great season. So that proved that me and him working hard.
Yeah.
And me and him, or me not quitting, obviously Kaiki too, him working hard with me.
Yeah.
It showed that he had one of the greatest seasons for midfielder. This season, he had a good season, but I feel like everybody's best season, because we were better, was that freshman year. That's what I think. So I feel like me not quitting, and somebody putting the work with me, motivated me, I have people motivating me. That's why, when Smith didn't play me, I didn't quit, because I had people by my side and helping me always.
That was a good thing, not quitting after getting the least amount of minutes in the season. It's just what you do after that thing happens.
And is what you can control. You can't control how many minutes Smith gets you.
You can't.
Or any other coach, but you can control how much work you're going to put in when Smith's not there, or any other coaches. I do want to highlight something, because we do this podcast, and for me it's a privilege to get to sit down with people that I love and have conversation. But there's 3 things that we talk about in this podcast, and one of them is relational intelligence, emotional intelligence, and character development. And anytime that one of your stories points to this, and how one of these principles or pillars of our podcast actually gets you to a place in which you maybe couldn't have gotten without it, I think we just got to point it out. Because I've been in moments where I can't keep going, and if it wasn't because there was somebody else next to me that got me onto the field, and maybe if it was that one day that I needed somebody and get you the momentum to keep going. And I think relational intelligence is one of the most important things that you can have, and relational intelligence has a lot to do with what you did, which was, let me go find someone that I trust that's going to get me out and continue going. And I'm sure Kaiki helped you, but I'm sure you helped Kaiki too. And then the both of you, the ingredients, you were starting to marinate something that eventually turned into you starting after a year that didn't start. And Kaiki, who so often maybe we may say yo, Kaiki, you should be a more vocal leader. But if you're a vocal leader, but you don't do what he did with you, I prefer the one that doesn't talk. You know, and that in the back ends in the summer when nobody's watching is going onto the field with one of the teammates that struggle to get playing time. And that, I think, and again, like you say, no glaze, but that shows what a real leader is, regardless of whether you have high volume, low volume. There's specific leadership principles that I think Kaiki should get the props for doing that, and then you for sticking with that. And I'm sure if Kaiki comes, he would also say the same thing of how much that helped you. And so, talking about leadership, David, you were one of the captains this past year, and your brother was one of the captains a couple of years ago. And if I'm honest with you guys, you guys just carry this leadership so woven inside of you guys. And I've even said it in other episodes where wherever coin steps, something shifts, and it's just a matter of can we make it so that it shifts always to improve? Because a good leader can also make things bad. And we could talk about I don't know, crazy, Hitler was a great leader in the sense that he could get people to follow him, but what he did was horrible. Yeah. But you can't deny that he had a sense of leadership. Yeah. And so I just want to dive into a little bit of being a leader, and I think it's something that's innate to the Alas family, and maybe it comes from mom, dad, brothers, upbringing, but let's just talk about David a little bit. And how did you take on this leadership role, and what do you think it is about you that made the coaches want to make you one of the leaders this past season?
I think, like you were saying, I think Kevin Nollis was such a good leader. I think my dad is a good leader. My mom is a good leader. I feel like something that we all have in common, all of us, I could be loud when I want. All of us are loud. Mm-hmm. All of us. Everyone is loud, and they're not it's not in a cocky way, but I feel like all of us, we're passionate, and we don't really care what other people think. Mm. So it's we could say what we want to say without being affected if someone does a little, or someone does nah, this kid thinks he's the main character. I didn't really get affected when someone would try to make me seem like I was the bad guy, even though I was trying to change something. Yeah. Change something.
How did you get there? Because most people struggle with, yeah, I'm gonna be a leader and I'm gonna say something, but when somebody says something, like, oh shoot, like, they get intimidated by it. Like, walk us through, because I think that's something that you have that you do really well, and it would be great for anybody else that's gonna be a leader or wants to be a leader. Learn how to be able to protect yourself from
protecting yourself. Basically, personally, I actually feel like Brian and all my brothers, when we were like little growing up, we would always like have play fights, argue with each other, make fun of each other. I feel like that basically built a shield, like an invisible shield, that's like, I know if my brother's coming for me, I know it's a joke. Yeah. So like, if someone else comes for me, that's like a stranger, my friend, my best friend, I already have that shield that blocked it, and it's like telling me, oh, I could take this as a joke, I could take this serious, it's whatever I want to take it. Because obviously sometimes when someone tries to disagree with me, I could take it serious and I could start disrespecting, but majority of the time I try to like understand where they're coming from and like basically like knowing why they come for me and then reacting in a positive way, a bad way, basically.
I like that. I'm gonna give some stats for that one. I like the way you said that.
Basically having the mini shield from my little brothers and my parents, like I said, having Hispanic parents isn't easy. It's not. It's definitely not the easiest, because they yell at you for every little thing. You forget something, you're getting yelled at. It just builds a little shield that it just like you choose whether you want to be a positive reaction or a negative reaction.
Were you gonna add something to that, Coin? Well said from the Alas.
Yes, sir.
No, but I want to ask you, what'd you see in me that made me a captain? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what you guys seen in me. Like, I just know the shield is there and that it helps me a lot. It helps me a lot.
I think you're given language to what we felt we saw, but maybe we couldn't articulate, but we felt that it was the right moment to make you the captain. But we did feel that the team needed a shield. And I do feel that that was something that maybe we hadn't really had in our captains. We've had captains that have proper values and proper work ethic and the things that a normal captain needs, but we needed a captain that would shield the team, not just themselves. I don't think you understand how, and you either, and Kevin, like I don't think you guys understand how big the shield is. And I think maybe you guys see the shield as like, this is the shield for David, but you guys have such a big shield that it shields anybody that's behind you guys. And so for us, like even just having the three of you guys at the same moment is like, now we have three shields, and you may not have the armband, and maybe Kevin at the beginning didn't have the armband, but we had three shields that were protecting, and it was like having a shield with Kevin when he was on the side with us, and then having you on the field, and then sometimes you were with Kevin, and then sometimes you were on the field. It was more of like, how do we continue to develop these shields in a way that the people around feel protected? Because I agree with you, the people that you guys maybe call out or yell at, I don't think that they ever feel attacked by you. And in particular from David, I don't think anybody really feels attacked by David in the sense that when David says something to me, it's because it's for the better of the team, it's not for the better of David.
Yes, I feel like that's a huge misunderstanding that we had this season, that like when I would try to yell at someone, they would think like, oh, the coach is going to see David yelling at me. That's another point for him. No, I wasn't trying to do it for the points. I was trying to like get the team better and get like the person I'm talking to better. Like to be more mature. Like when I would yell at them, it wouldn't be like benefit for me. It would be a benefit for the both of us. For the chemistry, for them, for me. It's like, that's how I would do it. And sometimes people would misunderstand it. And sometimes people would, like you say, they don't feel attacked.
And it's so tough to be part of such a short season, and the people that you're coming at don't know that yet. And if maybe the season was 9 months long, by month 4 or 5, they're like, oh no, like he's not yelling at me, he's just looking out for the team. And so that's just a consequence of just the landscape that we can't control. But to be honest, on my ends, like anytime that you would raise your volume, I never felt that it was to protect yourself as much as it was to protect the outcome of the team. And that's one of the reasons that we felt. And I think that is something that also comes because you're skilled. And your skill automatically makes it so that you're not yelling at people because you feel you're not a good player. Like, you know you're a good player. And so me yelling at you will not make me better or worse, you know? And so that's something that's really important. But yeah, I agree that the shield is something that maybe what we saw, but maybe we couldn't articulate it in that way. And the fact that it's a shield that you guys have created at home. How do you feel about this concept of the shield? Do you feel like you have a shield, or do you feel like when you think of leadership is something a little bit different?
I feel like I have a shield, but mine's, if I'm gonna be honest, I do have some cracks in the shield. Because sometimes I do, when people like David, like he can be screaming at someone and they say like, or like that. Like obviously I'm gonna brush it off. But for me, I feel like sometimes I will take it personally. Like imagine like I'm actually screaming at them for the best and it's just like that guy not taking me serious. Like for me, that's like, obviously I'm gonna get over it, but like, I feel like for me, I'm gonna like obviously take it a little personal.
Oh, get through the shield a little bit?
It might get through the shield a little bit. For David, no, because like he knows, like obviously he's always trying to be a leader for this team for like all 4 years. For me, I obviously knew my 7th, 8th grade and like freshman year I'm not.
Yeah.
And like sophomore maybe, and then now I'm trying to like cover the cracks on that shield. But yeah, like for me, like when it's like, and I'm trying my best to be a leader, and they're like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna take it a little personal. But you gotta learn through that. So I feel like this year, or like throughout the year, because I play club, because I'm a captain for IFA actually.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, so I feel like me being captain for IFA, I feel it's gonna like help me seal the cracks and be ready for the Eastie season this fall.
I was about to add on, like we were talking about how I have a shield. I like personally think Brian has the potential to have the biggest shield like at a Eastie. Like he could be such a good captain for Eastie, because Brian, like he's really not scared to say, he's not scared to say anything, do anything. Like he would, like, you want him to say something to these guys, he's gonna say it. Maybe they're gonna react and get him a little mad or get a reaction out of him. But I feel like Brian's like, his shield, once he builds it and once he starts reminding himself that like he doesn't need someone to tell him that he's good, or he doesn't need someone's approval. He doesn't need someone to tell him that he's funny. I feel like he should already have that inside. He should already have it inside of him, and when he does put it inside of him, he's gonna have a great shield, a really big shield and a great protection.
How do you agree?
That was all
you
said.
agree with that?
That was actually what I said.
So do you think it's a matter of the shield is cracked, or it still needs to get bigger?
I feel like it obviously has to get bigger, but I feel like there is still a little cracks. Because obviously he said that what he said was for the shield to get bigger. And like what I said was like, it just cracks. Because like I'm gonna repeat it again. He doesn't care when people go like, or like, oh, like they basically just like troll him or clown him. For me, I feel like if someone did that to me, and if I'm trying my best to be a leader, I'm gonna take it a little personal. So like that's like the crack is going inside a little. So I feel like David is true. It does need to get a little bigger. And me saying anything I want, it should be for the good. Because sometimes I say things bad, obviously, because I'm trying to be funny, and I'm mad or something. But the shield does have to get bigger, and also just a couple cracks. Not too much.
I agree. I mean, would you say there's less cracks in it than when you started playing for Eastie?
Oh, 100%. My 8th grade year, once again, there was no confidence. There was like obviously confidence because I was like do good, but there was no confidence when it came to like me like going to Smith or going to you. There was no confidence, and there was like I wasn't able to say what I wanted. I would just say whatever you guys wanted to hear, because I still had like 8th grade year there was a big crack, but freshman year it kept sealing. Sophomore year it sealed a lot. It's just now it's how I ignore when there's like maybe a grumpy freshman in the team this year. How do I like when they're giving me attitude? How I just like block it out, and after when David says not come off disrespectfully, come off like respectful and try to help him and tell him that I'm trying to do my best, but I need him to do his best. So like it's easier for both of us and the whole team.
Well said.
Well said. And you're gonna be a junior?
I'm gonna be a junior this year.
Junior, yeah.
No, can I?
Go ahead.
I feel like it comes from like experiences. Like he was saying, my freshman year, I was not I know I was not the leader I was today. I was not like who I am today, basically. And I feel like the experience I had from freshman year to senior year is what changed me as a player. Like my freshman year, I was a starter, and everyone would know me, but I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't close with none of them. I wasn't a brother to none of them. They would probably see me as you're my little brother. Like they would see me as a little brother. I wouldn't see them like as a brother. So I would basically play like with this like, not this like 100% trust, but I would play with like with this 50% trust that like these guys don't really see me like how I see them. And basically like over the years, it led me to how I was my senior year. And I felt like senior year, I was the leader I wanted to be my freshman year.
Yeah, I agree. There was this shift that, and to be honest, I knew it was always inside of you because I seen glimpses of it, but the moment I saw it the most was we were doing a pickup session and not too many people showed up. It was like maybe like a 4v4 or 5v5, and it was the first time that Jose, or the one that got hurt, Jose. It was the first time that I met Jose, and I remember how much you were shielding him. Like it was like he was new to the environment, and we were having fun and we were playing pickup, but your ability to shield, I was like, is it just today, or is like there's something change? And then I continued to follow and other pickups, and then I was like, man, like it feels like it's fully there. And then when I talked to Smith, I was like, yo, Smith, like I think it's fully there, and he has turned into this. The best thing that we could say, I think now we got the word shield, but I was like, it's a version of Kevin that was inside of him that's coming out. But I think it was just that Kevin had this shield really well put together. And I think something that helped Kevin is that, or I don't know, to be honest, how to deconstruct Kevin's, but what I really admire about Kevin is that even without the feeling of him being the best player, he still had no cracks in his shield.
Yes.
And sometimes I'm like, we have the cracks in the shield because I'm like, well, I'm just more insecure because of there might be somebody better. And so for you, I was like, well, he has the skill, and that's gonna help him close that shield.
It made it easier.
It made it a little bit easier of the journey. But Kevin, I'm like, my guy still had that no matter what, and that was really admirable. But I think that is all to say, like, there's something rooted inside of your family that comes with it, and then it's just up to you guys how you put it together, and you knowing that like you have it, but there's just some cracks. It's just hope to the future of East Boston being led by another top leader. And we got 2 years with Coin.
Senior year, he's definitely gonna be crazy. Like crazy leader, crazy good leader,
crazy good leader.
Like it's gonna be crazy. I see potential, so I can't wait to see his senior year.
Do you agree?
I agree.
You're gonna.
But it depends on him.
But it does depend.
I'm gonna bring a junior. Keep it early. I'm gonna bring a junior.
That's what I like to hear.
Next year.
All right, that was a good that. All right, I want to. We don't have too much time left, but I do like to make sure that we honor the people that like have given to us. And I know it's not your last year, but it is it was your last year inside of East Boston High School. And since I've been there, Smith has been the coach, and there's been moments where there's always ups and downs with coaches. I remember I would love some coaches, I would hate that same coach, and then the next 3 weeks I would love them again. And I just want for a moment, like, I want you guys to just, what would you say is Smith's biggest attribute as a coach? You guys have been with him 4 years each, right?
Yeah,
about four years each. I wish that I could have played more than 4 years in high school. That's a unique experience.
You didn't play 4 years?
No, because there wasn't a middle school. No, I played 4 years, but it wasn't like he's gonna get 6.
No, I
was more like your scenario.
6?
Yeah.
6, yeah.
Huh?
Chill.
No?
6.
Oh. All right. So give me like, so what is something that you admire from Smith as your coach for the last 4 years, or something that you've learned?
Very patient with me. All those times in school, those are rough. The schools, when I would get in trouble every day, and I even got kicked out at one point, out of the team. I just realized he's patient with me, and he sees something in me that I don't see yet.
Did you realize that in the moment?
I know. I didn't realize this until after I got kicked out the team. When he put me back, I realized it. But this year I realized it when, obviously, I didn't have the armband, but he would just put full trust in me. And I feel like he believed in me. I was the main piece in that back line. And that's when I realized that he sees something in me, and that's why he doesn't give up on me. And he pushes me to be the best.
And so you would say patience and believe in you.
Yeah.
I like that.
I was about to say that. Smith, he's a very honest person. Since the day I've met Smith, he's never lied to me, or I've never heard him lie to anyone. So like when Smith sees something and he knows it could be great, or he knows it has potential, he's going to be honest with himself. He's going to be like, I got to take care of this kid. I got to keep preparing this kid. And that's what I felt like. I felt it my freshman year. He knew I was going to be a great player, and that's why he knew he just had to start me. Since the first game, he just had to start me every game. And I feel like since he's such an honest person and he doesn't really care what other people think, that's another attribute that he has. I feel like since he has that, he just does like the right things. Like he never does a decision that's like from the heart or from like personal. He does it because it's the truth and it's because like it's what's best. So what I admire about Smith is that he's a very honest person, and that like he never like has a grudge with anyone, or he never does things from the heart or from like personal. He does it like
what's best for the
group. What's best for the group and the person.
He does have some favorites. I'm gonna call it out.
He has favorites
on the podcast. He has some favorites. He has. I'm not gonna say who's the favorite.
No, if you're gonna call it out, you gotta call it out the whole way.
You gotta say names.
I don't want to say names.
No,
I'm not saying names.
This is a safe space.
If they watch, they know who it is.
Oh yeah, they definitely know.
The Eastie boys know who it is.
No, give me the favorites. You can't bring it up and not say it.
You might see in the comments. The comments might. No, I can't say it in the podcast.
If you're watching this, put it in the comments.
The comments are gonna say the truth.
The comments are gonna.
No, tell me if you agree with Coin. Who are the favorites?
I'm not saying them.
Why?
I can't. There's just.
Why you can't just say there's favorites and not.
We don't want no beef on the on the podcast. I can't say.
We're still a brotherhood. It's just I don't know if we're ready to say it here.
Yes,
in the comments, they're gonna come up.
Yeah.
Maybe we delete him.
No.
You don't trust me?
I mean, it depends on Coin.
I could whisper in your ears, but I can't say it over there.
All right, you can whisper. Go ahead. Wait, but you have the mic so they can hear you.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
No. We'll leave it.
She didn't hear it. But you heard it.
No, I didn't hear it. But okay, we won't go. Go ahead.
I won't say favorited, but I've always like.
Or what makes you feel that way? Yeah.
No, yeah, I was about to say that.
Oh,
something
I
that's
know what you're
always
about to
like
say.
has sort of made me feel like Smith is at favorites.
Move a
is
little
when,
bit inside.
And this isn't a bad thing. It doesn't matter no more. When Kaiki was nominated captain, our sophomore year, I was so like, back then that was my sophomore year. I was so confused and like curious, like how could, I don't know, because I felt like I was like you guys seen the potential in me. I was gonna become a great leader. I just wanted to see how did a sophomore get it? Basically, I was just wondering like, well, how someone my age got it and I didn't get it. So I don't know like how to like. Basically, yeah. But how did Kaiki like get the captain's bid? Basically.
That was one through my.
That was one like a little suspicion.
Yeah.
But it don't really.
I also feel like, no, this is not even on that topic. I feel like when Smith chooses captain, I feel like he brings school involved, and I don't really like that sometimes, because obviously,
Do you feel like that played a role in that scenario?
It did.
No, I feel like grades to be a captain for EC, you have to have good grades, and I feel like that shouldn't have.
Is that good or bad?
That's bad. I feel like, because the leaders are usually the ones that do. I feel like the leaders are usually the ones that don't do good in school, because they care about the sport more than the school, and that's why I feel like when Smith brings grades involved with that, it's like obviously I'm not the best student, and David's not the best student, and like obviously there's gonna be some leaders that they're gonna have good grades, but I feel like there's some really good leaders that could have been leaders for Eastie, but since they don't have the grade requirements, like like obviously there's no grade requirement, but like if they don't have like the best grades, like it's gonna be way harder for them to show that they can be a leader.
No, yeah, that's what I felt my sophomore year. I felt like since he had the better grades than all of the sophomores, he had the best grades like out of all the sophomores. I feel like that's why he was named captain. And I don't know that year I think we needed some leaders, some captains. But then like for you guys to pick him sophomore year and then just like keep going and going and going. Obviously it's not a bad thing. I don't really care, but that's when I had a little suspicion, because I wouldn't really see like why. If it wasn't for the grades, why, basically. But hey, I love you, Kaiki.
So the grades feel like it was a big contributor to that decision?
I still think it is.
You still think it is?
I still think it is.
Yeah, but it's not a bad thing. I mean, grades definitely, like, it shows that you're responsible.
Yeah, I see.
And for captains, you need to be responsible.
Yeah, I see it as, like, I guess we have to look at things off the field because we're on the field for maybe 3 hours out of 24, and we need leaders that are going to be leaders 24 hours, not 3 hours.
Yeah.
And there's just like, it's like anybody who goes to the gym longer than the other person, it's just going to be stronger, you know? And so it's just like, when we got to look, because we can't go into you guys' homes and see like, okay, how are they leaders at home, or how are they leaders here and here and here? The only thing that we really got to look at is like, okay, the next thing is the grades. So I think that maybe it's not necessarily because it's school, but it's just the other thing that we can look at that is tangible. And I think, to be honest, like, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. And I can't say that I love to go to class or every single class, but I knew that, like, if I wanted to be able to play, I needed to make sure this happened. And then we need to find a way to reward that. And if you guys are going to go to college, and you guys go to college, and then you aren't able to play and use your skill, it's not necessarily about being a leader or not. It's more, it's not necessarily about having good grades or bad grades. It's like, we want you to play soccer in college. And if we continue to reward perhaps lack of discipline in this area, we're not getting you prepared for that. But again, there were so many times where, at least what I can say is that when I've been in teams, I will say that there are players on the teams that either I am the head coach or the assistant coach that I know, and I have intentionally said that they are going to be the actual leaders, but they don't have the armband. And I'm okay with that, because anytime that somebody is not given the armband and I still think they're the leader, for me is a compliment to them, because it's me saying like, they don't need it. They'll still lead even if I don't give it to them. And anybody that I don't give the armband and decreases their leadership actually proves to me that, like, oh shit, you actually
that is true,
you know? And so to a certain extent, like, what I appreciate, at least, I mean, like, even though you felt that way, you still made it to your senior year without letting that make you the best leader that you could probably be. And so, there's always a point of view that, like, man, even then, when I could have been and I didn't get it, I didn't stop. And that for us is like, that's bigger. That's something that we would not have realized if we gave you the captain's band then. You know? And so it gives even more.
And I also feel like that comes with, like, age. Like, younger, I didn't understand. When I was my freshman year, my sophomore, I wouldn't understand why things would happen and why people would react the way they do. And then junior year, the summer going into senior year, I feel like I learned, like, that it's like people, like, react the way they react for a reason. When I seen that my sophomore and freshman year, I reacted in a negative way. I would think about it, and it's just when I grew older, I decided to change for the better, basically.
And that's a lot. Has a lot to do with when we talk about emotional intelligence. That what we mean by that, it's not that when you become emotionally intelligent, you don't feel these things. Like, you can still get angry, but it's what do you do outwardly with that anger? And I think it becomes more like you have the filter where, like, the same things can still make you upset, but it's just, I am no longer going to react and let that be what informs my action, because I know that if I act the same way that it's making me feel, it's just going to create worse. And I think that's when you were able to let your feelings come in and then filter out what the space needed, not what you were feeling. That's when you started to feel like, oh shoot, like, now I'm learning what it is to just lead, not just from the inside, but also in the outside. All right, last question, all right? It's gonna be the same question for you guys, for both of you guys. And I would just like, for anybody that's stepping into East Boston High School as a soccer player coming in, I would love for you guys to just speak to them in a way that, what is the legacy that you feel that they need to uphold? What is something that regardless of where they come from, what is it about East Boston that we would love for you to continue telling this story, or continue to hold on this legacy of East Boston for somebody that is coming in new to the environment?
I feel like East Boston, all 4 years, you have to, like what we were talking about earlier, to fight, to prove that, like, because East Boston, we're not like we're not like we're not rich. We're just the middle class. East Boston's just East Boston, It's like we got Chelsea, Revere, all those. We got Milton, New, all those high and like D1 schools. We're D3. We just East Boston. Like when you're coming to East Boston, you gotta prove. Like you gotta fight. You gotta bring passion to the field. And I feel like Smith, you guys love players that Smith's favorite quote, sell your soul for a goal, that like give everything on that field. And I feel like the freshmen that come up, the 7th graders, the 8th graders, whoever comes, just bring the passion and fight for the badge, not for yourself, for the badge, and we're family and brothers. That's exactly.
You have to commit to that if you want to put on the uniform.
No, you can put on the uniform and not commit to that.
But you won't play?
I don't think you would play.
Okay. All right.
Who knows?
And I want to add on to what Coin said. I like what Coin said with like bringing like better teams and like more money cities. Basically like saying that like since we're from Eastie and we don't have the materials that like other schools have, bigger schools have, all we have is our own. So when you come to Eastie, please bring your own ingredient, bring your own like salsa, bring your own like flavor. Bring yourself. Just bring yourself. Bring your own flavor. Cause in Eastie, like we don't have the materials to make us better. All we have is ourselves.
We have each other.
We have each other. So when everyone is a different ingredient, everyone's putting in their different little spices, it just makes everything so much easier and better. And it's just like, you don't see that in schools where it's just money. Because it's like they're relying on paper, on the resources to get something out of this. All we have is each other, like Brian said.
I think that is something so unique about East Boston, that because it does have less resources, it demands that we are the resource. Right? And that is what's going to make us. And if anybody brings half of themselves, is half of a resource that we now have, because we are the resource in this space. And I just want to thank you guys, because you still have 2 more years, but you guys have brought your entire selves, and you have made the last 4 years in East Boston so rich, and there's so much taste and flavor and uniqueness. And when we win or when we lose, there's just this feeling inside that it's like, this is so original and so authentic to East Boston and the roots that come from within you guys. So I just want to thank you guys for always making a place where I look forward to going and training for an hour, going on game days, going away and going. I look forward to going to some of these spaces, and I'm like, I can't wait till you guys see not only how passionate we are, but the style that we play, and with the limited resources, and still play like we were the richest team in the world.
There's teams out there that have the same ingredients, the food tastes the same, they play the same,
that
long ball,
right? White rice.
And then in Eastie, there's so many different cultures, so many different ingredients, and it makes it so much more special. Like when we win something, it feels so much more deep and earned, because it's like, it's us. It's only us.
And I love that it's like, it's so East Boston and so us, but we're so open to whatever unique flavor you bring. Like bringing Danny in this year, out of nowhere, and like he brought his own flavor, but we integrated it into whatever recipe we're creating, and he scored for us in the semifinal, and it was an ingredient that we like. It tastes a little bit different. We added something, but it didn't feel like it wasn't East Boston the whole time.
The ingredients that we had for years before that, they weren't the one scoring. And then a new ingredient, a new person with a new personality came in from Hungary and scored us the winning goal in the semifinals that took us to the finals.
So that's unique. That's really unique to East Boston. All right, guys, any final thoughts, anything that you want to say to all the millions of people watching you, Coin or David?
Thank you, Andres and Melissa, for having me.
Thank you so much, Andres and Melissa.
Guys, it's a privilege for us. I don't imagine that this will be the last time. I would love to see, I talked to David about like maybe we could get the seniors here and unpack the senior season. But we're trying to figure out how do we do that with the limited space.
That's a good idea.
But we'll make it. I think there's like other mics that we could just hold. But anything that we can, I think that these ingredients inside of East Boston need to be put out there to be seen and to be heard, because I think when you guys play soccer, it's one way that you guys release this flavor.
Yeah.
But the flavor is inside of you, whether you played soccer or not. And one way to release it is through a conversation and through being able to articulate what's inside of you. And it's a unique experience for anybody listening. And to be honest, it's not just you talking. It's Kevin. Echoes of Kevin, echoes of mom, echoes of dad, echoes of your sister, echoes of East Boston, echoes of all of this. And in this same moment, all of those people are actually talking. So thank you guys for coming along. If you're watching and you don't follow us, hit the follow. What do you do on YouTube? You subscribe?
Subscribe.
You gotta subscribe.
Click the bell so you get notified.
Click the bell.
And comment.
Tell us who are the favorites. Who are Smith's favorites? And follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. We're gonna have some shorts.
Kaiki.
Oh shit.
Damn. Any more?
Nah, I love you, Kaiki.
Okay. No, honestly, I'm really glad that you shared the story about Kaiki.
That better go viral.
That will go viral. But all right, guys, we'll see you guys next episode. Thank you, Alice Brothers, for being with us.
East Boston, we love you.
See you guys.
Let's get it, Easty.
See you.